The deadly heat wave on the move this evening, but slowly. 200 million Americans now sweating it out. Tonight, this massive heat dome is hovering over 1 million square miles. Heat and humidity making it feel like it's almost 120 out. And now it's taking a real toll. Even at night, when we thought our bodies were getting a break as we sleep, they're not. ABC's Matt Gutman, traveling with the system all week, reports in tonight from Philadelphia. Matt, good evening.
Hey, good evening to you, David. A heat index here of well over 100 degrees still smothers this city. And across the country, that unrelenting heat has caused nearly 24 deaths over the past 24 hours alone. And many of the hospitals that we spoke to are reporting a fourfold increase in heat-related cases. At Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, a near record number of patients in the ER today.
Most will complain of dizziness, weakness, fatigue, and the heat will be playing a role in their particular acute or chronic illness.
It's not just people being knocked out, infrastructure is taking a beating too. Heat so intense, it bent these Union Pacific rail lines as if they were made of rubber, cracked these building foundations in Tulsa, and closed the crown of the Statue of Liberty. And it's not just blistering during the day. Nearly 100 cities tied or set records for high temperatures overnight this month, and it's affecting the sleep of millions. To see just how that works, we went to the Jefferson Sleep Disorder Center. I had my vitals taken.
98.1.
And went outside to cook. 134 degrees. I'm sweating. Let's go back in.
98.4.
I'm fitted with these electrodes.
People, when they're exposed to a lot of heat, when it's really hot outside, they tend to wake up more, they tend to arouse.
That's because when the body sleeps, inner core temperatures have to cool down. But if you're overheated, your body won't cool and your sleep is disturbed. And cooling off hasn't been easy. Here in Philadelphia, they crushed into municipal pools by the thousands. David, folks here and of course dogs are doing pretty much anything to cool down, including when they're indoors using a lot of air conditioning. And this city tonight is expected to hit a record all-time high for electricity use. Chicago also hit it today, and tomorrow it's New York's turn. And this at a time when many states are eliminating programs to help the poor pay their utility bills. David.
Right. Matt Gutman leading us off again tonight. Matt, thank you. I want to bring in ABC's Dr. Richard Besser and our weather editor Sam Champion tonight. And Rich, we want to start with you. Sleeping, as Matt pointed out there, there's a reason why we're all lethargic. We're not sleeping as well, even when we thought we were. So what do you do?
That's right. You know, a couple tips. One thing, before you go to bed, you could try a cool shower or a cool bath. That'll help bring down your core body temperature and make it easier to sleep. But the tip I heard today that I like the most, try putting your sheets in the freezer for a couple hours before you go to bed. It'll make your bed much more comfortable. It may help you get to that part of falling to sleep.
Just don't forget you left them there.
That's right.
It's the sweating. You've pointed this out before. When you stop sweating, it's a real problem. But tonight you say it's a problem, and quickly.
That's right. This is really important. Listen to this. In just 10 to 15 minutes, if you've stopped sweating, your body temperature can go up to 106 degrees or higher, and that can be deadly.
And lastly, looking out for the vulnerable. You say it's as simple as looking for confusion.
Right. A group of people who are faced with this heat, one of them is confused, maybe irritable. That means their brain is taking the brunt of this heat. That's a medical emergency. It's a sign of heat stroke. Get them out of the sun. Get them to medical care.
Rich, thanks. We want to bring in ABC's Sam Champion tonight in Central Park. Sam, you've been out all day since Good Morning America, and we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Even the Statue of Liberty, the crown closed tonight.
Yeah, David, good evening, by the way. And they only close that crown when it feels like 110 degrees inside the crown of the Statue of Liberty, and it did today. This heat dome that's been over the middle of the country for weeks now, with places like Dallas at 18 days over 100 degrees, shifted ever so slightly to the east today. Now, what that is, imagine like a big lid on a pot, because all the worst heat is trapped underneath that dome. And the dome can't really move out of the way. It's being held in place by the jet stream. And only occasionally a little dribble of cool air will move across the northern part of the country and give some relief in northern areas, but no one else really gets any relief from this big block of heat, David.
Until early next week, as you've pointed out. Sam Champion tonight and Rich Besser here. Thanks to you both.